Alrighty, Doc here. Well, revisions. Unemployment, July unemployment rate 3.5. Um, Stock market doesn't seem to care one way or the other. Let's lower the volume a little bit here. So, average work week dropped a little bit. That's we just keep on sliding this way and that way and this way and that way, and it just goes back and forth, back and forth. Oh, let's get the chat line up too. Let's get that chat line up also. Let's see, right there. Right there. Come on. You can come up. There we go. The revisions are kind of turning in 180. Excuse me. 187,000 jobs added in July. So let's see. Stock market seems to be just, like I said, just hesitating. Doesn't seem to have much of a push. You see the dollar index. Let's take a look at it over on Chicago Quant. But the dollar index itself looks like it was weak yesterday, just a little bit. And let's see what it looks like today. Right down in there. There we are. Yeah, okay, it's up a little bit. So they don't seem to be able to. Hey, Mountain. They don't seem to be able to throw it away. Hey, Janos. Let's skip that advertisement there. There we are. There we are. Okay. Mountain says, it looks like the next president of the U.S. will be governing from a jail cell for 4 years. No, that doesn't look like it. The opposite. Looks like Garland's going to be, to start off with, I understand the prosecutor has opened the doorway for the Washington event, has opened the doorway for actually to sue. Trump is going to be able to sue in court the Department of Justice and the prosecutor and so forth because they have no grounds, I understand. So I'm not sure what you've been watching, but I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing the opposite. Let's see, Mountain says, I wonder if they can fit a big desk inside those jail cells. How many phone lines do they allow in there? Well, he can part himself. See, that's why what you're saying is all wrong. He can just pardon himself and be out in a minute. So, no, he doesn't have to be in a jail cell. But I understand now what this does is it opens the doorway now to bring up all the election of 2020. What they've done is all that evidence that Trump has of the election in 2020, they've opened the doorway for that which is crazy. It makes no sense. But they've opened the doorway for all that stuff that he's presented with the machines and the videos and the people not, Republicans not being there and only Democrats after they close the election counting. Now that's opened the door. This is crazy. I don't understand the logic whatsoever. To me, it's one of the dumbest things in history in legalese. I bet the prosecutor gets disbarred. Garland will be impeached easily. I don't know what you're watching, but you're seeing not the law. That's for sure. Let's see. There's a 45-page indictment. Yeah. And what's that got to do with anything? And 46 of the 45 pages are illegal. So, in other words, it's a 45-page indictment, and 46 out of the 45 are illegal. And what's it called? I heard Professor Derwitz from Harvard say that. How did he say it? That the attorney that's prosecuting, the prosecutor that's prosecuting it, has opened the doorway for him to be disbarred because he's actually it's proof that he's lying, and so forth. So I don't know what you're watching, but you're not seeing all the facts. And you've even admitted, even if he was found guilty, but being president, he can pardon himself in a second and walk right out of jail. Going to the T on this one. So none of it's. I don't think that I don't think people were seeing all the information. That's what's so weird about it all. So that's why I do my webinars. Like, it's amazing. Some of the strangest things I hear, and they never come true. That's the amazing part out of the mainstream media. I hear these stories, and they never come true. I mean, that's the weirdest thing of all. So if they say, like, Trump's done this, back in 2017, in the end result, nothing happens from it. If they had all that evidence, he would have had a problem. In 2019, same story. I've been watching the modern media for decades. Something like 8.5 out of 10 times, they're off subject. Not only are they wrong, but they're off subject. That's the amazing thing. So, and that's why we do the webinars. That's the problem, is that people are just kind of like, I don't know where they're drawing this data, but obviously from the mainstream, which makes no sense. So, it's like, let's put it this way. Can you imagine if you followed MSNBC, CNN, and so forth, and tried to make money from it? You'd be bankrupt in a heartbeat. What's that say? Page indictment. Pardon himself? Isn't there argument whether they... No, not at all. Nope. They can pardon themselves when they're president. There's no argument. Probably on CNBC, Bloomberg, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, NBC, PBS, BBC, Reuters, Associated Press. Let me think. Probably, I would challenge them every day of the week with no problem. They are easy to beat because they are so wrong. Remember, they don't make money. None of them are making money with their news business operations. They all lose them. CBS used to have 1,000 people working for their news department. Now it's like 45. They just don't. CNN, same thing. Every one of them is underwater. They finance their news through TV shows and movies and everything else. Bloomberg finances its television network through soft dollars from the brokerage houses. Soft dollars from the brokerage houses. Yeah. If it wasn't for that soft dollar brokerage operation, Bloomberg would be gone. CNBC, owned by Comcast, on the back of ESPN and so forth. They're not making any money. That's the key. P&L. P&L is always the evidence to everything in financial markets and watching markets and understanding markets, is when someone says something's going to happen and it doesn't physically happen over the years, months, days, weeks. And, so in other words, there's going to be an indictment. Well, that's no rocket science. We know there's going to be indictments. You could indict a ham sandwich. It doesn't really matter. Now, the question is, will he be found guilty? There's another one. Will it be constitutional? There's another one. That more than likely it's not constitutional. More than likely he won't be found guilty out of most of these places. And the places that he does, it'll be overturned. It is just amazing. So when you're trusting news that has been wrong for year and decade over decade wrong, you be careful. Don't invest with them. In other words, don't pay attention to them. Look at Disney. Disney owns Fox News. It owns ABC. It owns ESPN. And look what the stock has done. It's going from $300 down to $90. They're obviously not doing the right things. That's for sure. You get my drift there, Mountain? Going to sources that have enormous track records of being inaccurate is very dangerous. It can be entertaining. Just don't invest with it. That's all. So don't commit anything that you would want, like your reputation, or walking around saying what they said and to actually think that it's actually going to be true. Instead just kind of smile and say, "Yeah, I heard that stuff. It's bad." I wouldn't quote them though. Don't get on record of quoting them. Alrighty. So, what are we looking at here? The dollar index. Dollar index is, kind of sideways. I saw the, where are we at here on this? There's the euro. We see the euro's up a little bit. No, that's S&P. Sorry, the S&Ps are up a little bit. Wrong one. Right there. There we are. Yeah, euro is up. They're lifting it up. You can see the daily is trying to get through the zero line. We got a red dot and a green dot. And you can see the weekly is holding on, but the fast is underneath now for over a week. Now let's push it over to J4X. There we go. You can see that thing there. It's been gliding down like a rock falling from the sky. They just cannot. Hey, Robin, I got that over to you. Is it right? I should open up and double check. Boy, we're really humid here today. I can tell you that. Overcast, but I was out there working, getting a good 50-foot swath of tomatoes plants, strung. It takes about an hour to do each one of them. Put in the supports and then string them. Yes, good. Good. All right, let's go back to tea again. Oh, that's good. Good. All right, from the euro, let's take a peek at the cable. I accidentally sent you that 30-year, but look at that. It's starting to dig its heels in a little bit. Let's see, where's that mouse at? There it is. There's the cable. You see cable is still pressuring itself. Let's put it over on Chicago Quant. It does have a higher low, so that's good. Right there. And it's lifting up its head too. Trying to get going, staying in the weekly buy. It is Friday. Let's see, Robin says, Mountain West, he will... that heart steals words. I can't see that. I have to... Pardon himself? Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. You're answering him. Yeah, I know. It's just, what's really odd, I was watching Dershowitz, the professor at Harvard, and he's an anti-Trumper, but he's world-renowned attorney. I guess you could call it a judicial professor, and he was laying out all the disaster that's for the Department of Justice and the prosecutor. It's like, why would they do something so stupid? I don't understand it. I mean, they're so desperate to get Trump out of there. He's going to drain the swamp this time around. He is going to drain it. It's going to look like the Sahara Desert. I think he's talked about sending different agencies, like the Commerce Department, to up to New York or something like. I guess it would be Philadelphia because that's the biggest zone of commerce. And then he's talking about moving the FBI down to Alabama, make the headquarters go there. What was it? Agricultural Department. I heard it might be moved out to something like Oklahoma City. In other words, and the government's going to shrink under him. They're going to get rid of these clowns. It's amazing how well they've had a chance. They're like a weed, They just keep on trying to take power. See, he said he was going to drain the swamp last time, and he did. And he drained part of it. That's for sure. That's why they're trying to do all these crazy things to him. They're really opening the doorway for disaster. I don't understand it. They'd be better off being like the John Kennedy Democrats and just competing, but keep on, this false accusations and inventing. Would you believe that the one in Washington is not for insurrection? It's so weird. Everybody keeps on claiming Trump insurrection, but they're not charging him with insurrection. That's the stupid thing about it all. Out of 45 pages, there's no insurrection. What's this, the Soviet Union? We have state crimes? State crime? What are we taking a page out of China? What is that? State crime? I don't think we have a state crime. There's an actual law called state crime. Monkey business. That's what it is. I call it spin. It's all political spin to me. Doesn't mean much. State crime. Oh my God. Is there a hammer and sickle on that one instead of an Astrex? What is that? State crime. Let's go over to the Swiss. I bet the Swiss is challenging the sell side. Yeah, look at that. On J4X, you see it's got a red hinky. Blue is at 63, and the slow is at 76, so it's pushing underneath. I think they have a problem because they're trying to charge him with a federal crime in New York State, and that's kind of like opens the doorway for change of venue and so forth. That's another weird one. Remember, that's a local prosecutor trying to prosecute Trump on a federal law, and so that means he has to be a federal prosecutor. It's really strange. Did you realize that, Mountain? New York State is trying to charge him on a federal law, which is not supposedly doesn't exist. He's claiming that it does, though. That's what's even weirder about it all. All right, let's see what Swissy is doing over here. Swissy, right there. Oh yeah, there you go. I thought it was pushing through, just like it is on J4X. It makes sense to me. I think they're starting to bounce the interest rate market. No, it's not a state law. It's not. They may say it's a state law, but it's not. Take a look at the charge. The charge is for a federal crime. All right, now from the Swissy, let me just show you why I was thinking the same thing too about it moving down before looking at it. Let's just go to the bonds for a second, the 30-year. Right there. You can see it's trying to lift up. Seems like they've bottomed it a little bit in here. Now, it looks like the weekly's got a lot of work to do. But at this point, it looks like they're trying to perk it up a little bit. We'll see how the rest of the day goes. Oh yeah, how about that, Giannis? I think I had this. It was leaping up into a buy yesterday. Let's go. You want to see the chart on that? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, Apple. We've been in a daily sell for Apple. What, 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 days, something like that. Let's go over to that. And Amazon doing the same thing. Amazon. Let's see. Might have to fix this a little bit, but let's go to there. Here we go. I think you'll see Tesla. Tesla's closed in a daily buy yesterday, but here's Apple, and then we can clean it up. See, Apple, we've been in daily sell on Apple since July 24th. We've been underneath it for through the sell side, for a couple days. You can see that there. See that pressure on the Apple. And then Amazon. There we go. Amazon's been in a weekly buy. Closed in a daily buy last night. That's odd. Now it's reflecting it today instead. But I remember putting it on the. I think it. Let me just double check. Isn't it on the Excel spreadsheet? It's in a buy, right? It's in a 1 day buy. Let me just go take a look. Yeah, it picked up on it. The chart looks a little strange because last night we sent it out as a buy. I guess they took the number out of it or something like that. But it's in a buy. I have nobody following it. It's just on the spreadsheet. Let me just go to the spreadsheet real quick. You have the spreadsheet there. Okay. Open. Here it comes. Okay, it's opening up now. My open office is opening. And Amazon was in a daily. I know it was. I remember last night, and I put a green line. I didn't put a green line in it because no one's following it, but I just thought, okay, good. Yeah, closing a daily buy last night on the spreadsheet. And yesterday, I guess they put the. See, I had a higher close at one point when I took the chart at like 3 minutes after or 4 minutes after the close. It was up like around 120, 135 or something like that, 140, right around there. So I automatically, went into a buy. But today, instead, they're reflecting it there, so that's all right. It was just kind of, again, and it's in a. If nothing else, you can't short it because it's in a weekly buy. All you can do is be on the sidelines or in binaries or options. But yeah, we closed in a buy last night. I don't know how much more they had gained from last night's numbers. We'll see. Let's see. Yano says prior to their earnings last night, right? So Apple down, Amazon up. I had no time to look at the sheet today. Yeah, it's in a buy. This week has been too busy. I hear you. I'm trying to get another 100 tomato plants off the ground and strung up. So I hear you. And I'm trying to get our vegetable stand out front straightened out a little bit. So I've put Lexon on it. Corrugated Lexons on it now. Let's see what else we got going on. I think the stock market seems to be firmer at the moment. Let's go back to the stock market for a second. Yeah, it's not that much different. It was like 35 or 34 when we started the webinar. Got up to about 41, 40 and a half, and now it's at 37 and a half, 37, something like that. So, it's I don't know. I keep on hearing, they're watching the yield curve very heavily. They're watching the Fed. I guess is this an interpretation of that the economy's okay, or I'm not really listening to the talking heads at the moment that I trust. So I think they're just kind of. I guess it wasn't bad. I guess that's what it comes down to. Most of the jobs added into labor this year has been on the government side. So Mr. Biden is hiring lots of people. All right, from there. Let's see, what do we got next? There we are. Let's go over to the yen. Let's check out the yen. There's the yen. The yen didn't make it into the sell yesterday, but it's there now. We have a client following that, so it has a red line on the on up in here. So right here, when we send this chart out to them, right there, has that red line in there. So it's pressuring. It's in the weekly sell. There's not much to be said about this. Let's see. Oh, do you know the joke, sarcasm, why Russians live in such bad housing conditions? No, but let's think about that. Do you know, let's see, the joke, sarcasm, Why Russians live in such bad housing conditions? Let me think. Something about Putin, maybe? I don't know. I can't wait for the answer on this one. This is like the one, how do you get a communist out of a tree? I remember that one night we were on the phone, and you kept on saying to me, how do you get a communist out of a tree? I was like, oh. And it took me like 5 minutes. Couldn't guess it. Then finally you told me, cut the rope. I love that. I go around telling people that one all the time. It's one of my favorites. No one ever gets it. I mean, no one ever guesses it. When I tell them afterwards, they go, oh, yeah. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to hearing your answer there. Indeed, indeed. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. And the answer is, all right, it is an old one, but we live to piss because Obama comes and passes in our stairways at night. Oh my god, I love that one too. We live in the the past because Obama comes in and pisses on our stairways at night. Oh, I don't doubt it. Did you love how he gave when Crimea was invaded? He gave them blankets. Gave them blankets. It was so weird. Let's see. There we go. All right, from here, we go over to our favorite. We run over to the Turkish lira. Let's see what that looks like. That one has me always entertained. Let's see. Let's head over to it. All right. And there it is. There we go. And you see, oh, did they make it? No, they just missed making an all-time high. Let's see. Today's high is 30.89. Playing with that 31 again. Let's put it up on J4X. Right there. There we go. Look at that. You got the green there too. A little surprised. It's not reflecting that 30 like we have over here. You know, that's why we follow the Euro Turkish lira. Is that I think it's much more accurate in many ways over at in Europe. The better product to follow. You know. That's the reason. Okay. What else can we say about any of that? Well, you know, you see it's been in that daily sell. They don't seem to. The buyers are not. I guess the only way I can, look at J4X. Look at that nice little slope it has, when it comes to the Turkish lira. Look at that. I mean, that's kind of interesting after that grand move that we called for 31 down in here in the 20s. Wow, we got that one right. Too bad it's not a good trading tool. I mean, the only way you would want to trade is if you were live there. It's kind of a dangerous thing to be involved. Yeah, Obama did some of the strangest things, and didn't really help. Latvia, Lithuania, Finland, Romania, kept them pretty scared. They weren't sure if there was going to be an invasion or a war or what was going on with the way Mr. Obama was doing things. And the thing is that the United States, the Russian Federation, and Ukraine signed an agreement that no one would invade them. They would be left alone as long as they gave up their nuclear weapons. They gave up their nuclear weapons. Look what happens. They're at war now for a year and a half. So what's it say? More nukes, less kooks. That's what the problem is, right there. The idea behind the joke is that Russia's state media blames the West. Of course, because Russia is a paradise. God, Janos, didn't your parents and your grandparents tell you that the Soviet Union was a paradise? Come on. And you know that Russia must be still a paradise. The West, and at the time, Obama for everything, some comedians stated, yeah, he is the one that pisses in our apartment stairways. I like that idea. I think that he does too. I agree. It's kind of, he's like the tooth fairy. In his case, he's the piss fairy. He pisses on everybody. I know. I agree. I totally agree. So, but remember, Janos, Russia is a paradise. I don't know. You see, our progressives in the United States and our communists have been telling us for decades that they're a paradise. And Stalin used to call it a paradise, and Khrushchev called it a paradise, and Brezhnev would call it a paradise, and finally, in the end, they stopped saying that. Moscow and St. Petersburg, okay. The rest of it is 13th century. Yep, I hear you. That makes sense to me too. I agree. I'm on your side. All right, so there's the Turkish lira, and it's at the lows of the day and made something like a 3-week high. Just missed going after the all-time high in the American Forex market. Boy, does that tell you that there's illiquidity here or what? Total illiquidity. Now, from there, we go over to, let's see, we want to get this right. So what we want to do is we want to show you, we'll go to the South African rand. No, I'm sorry. We'll go to the Mexican peso. And then we'll go into the South African rand and look at the metals, all the metals. And then we'll do the same thing with the Canadian that way. All right, so now we go over to the Mexican peso. Remember, traders out there, I am willing to stop and look at anything you want to look at. I'm always curious whatever anybody has on their mind. So look at that nice little down move today. Right there, that's pretty good. You see the weekly is flirting with a weekly buy. So this is going to be interesting. We got the slow and the fast joining in together. That is interesting. Is this a preparation for the BRIC meeting in, was it 17 days? I think that's what it is. 17 days, there's going to be a BRIC meeting. There we are. There you go. You can see that right there. You can see it just kind of doing a little hiccup there. It was like a dead cat bounce, but not really, since we got a weekly now trying to join in. That's curious. Yeah, that's all that is. Let's see, where else are we? All right, what else have we got going here? I'm trying to find something else to look at when it comes to this Mexican peso. I guess we'll just see how it goes over the next couple of weeks. If this thing gets into a weekly buy, it's been a great slide, you know. I mean, it's been from the the 18.5, 1830 area, all the way down to almost 16 flat. What's the low? 16. Where's it? 16.5. I guess it's 16.5. So there's a lot of 1660s. It's a very stable currency. All right, now we'll go over to South African Rand, and we will take a peek at. Oh wait, let's put it up on J4X too. There it is. Now let's jump over to the South African Rand, the second biggest brick. Brick, right there. See, it's doing the same thing, moving down against the dollar. It's gaining against the dollar. When it goes up, it's losing against the dollar. When it's going down, it's gaining against the dollar. So it's making a little move there. It's flirting with, no, it's not even flirting with the weekly. So maybe there's hope for the metals complex. Wasn't that so weird the last couple days? So the stock market goes down and gold goes down. It's like, what? Why are the two of them doing such strange things, Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. And what else can we say about that? I guess that's about it. And there's the South African Rand. Let's get the gold up on J4X. Right there. There, so you can see now today it is up for the day. Stock market's up, gold's up. Weird. Let's put it up over here. Right there. Look at that. Nice move. Made it low and now it's perking up, trying to get its head back up through the thing there. It's in its weekly buy. That's why it was like a dead cat sell-off. So that's interesting right there. Wow. That's the December contract. And spot is trading underneath $1,950. And I guess it's lifting up just like that. It's trying to get something going. What else can we, what else can we get there? And then, what do we have here? We have silver. Let's take a look at silver. Because, lately we've been getting into conversations and missing some of this stuff. So there's silver. Excuse me, let me take a sip of the tea. But there's silver. And silver is trying to lift up. You can see that there. It's, not near electrical. Don't spill things towards the electric. Okay. There we go. So, what we're looking at here is silver's not really joining in that much. Let's just take a look at it over here on J4X. Right there. And so you can see there, let's turn off the hinkies for a second and see what it looks like. Yeah, see, it's doing the same thing. It's trying to lift up. And it was a down day there. It's trying to get back up. It's a plus by a very thin margin. Let's reload that too, because it doesn't look as right as it should be. View. That's a little bit better. See, it's got a little green dot going on. It's trying to lift up. It's a September contract, and it's trading in the low 70s. And we're looking at spot on J4X, so that means that it's an August delivery probably. So let's see where else we go from there. Let's go take a look at. Oh, let's do this too, and let's save that. There's gold. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see now. Let's go to copper right there. There we are. I wanted to save those. Now there's copper. Copper's moving down today. It's kind of interesting. This is kind of like an industrial thing, you know. We know that people watch copper. Copper is usually bought when they think things are growing, you know, so forth and so on. Uh, let's see. Moscow. Oh, Robin says, every time silver breaches 25, it has coronary. Yeah, I know. I liked when you said that yesterday. I agree. To be honest, I can't remove that heart. Can you? Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. I didn't put it in there, that's for sure. So, what else can we say about copper? I guess I always look at copper as like a window into the China economy. So that's, to me, what it's trying to tell us is that they're going nowhere. That's pretty much what it seems to be. I mean, that's the best way I can interpret it. And they're having problems. I read that story yesterday how they're trying to um, they're trying to get the stockbrokers, I don't know, to convince people to buy stocks or something. They're upset. Let's see if we can get that up on the screen. I know that we look at it every so often. I'm going to use. Let's see if I can find it, and we can put our math into it. I think because I always look at it. Let's take a look at this. Let's see, where am I going? Let's go here. I want to look at the Chinese economy with copper, because that does seem to stick out in my mind. Let's see, Chinese stock index, mainland. Let's see. That didn't do it. Let's try that again. China. Let's see. They got a future there. Direction. Stock index. Days and losers. It doesn't seem to be. How about a Shanghai index? Shanghai. Everybody talks about the Shanghai index. Shanghai, China. Okay. Stock index. Oh, there we go. It's at 3,288. Oh, you have the 50, huh? All right, we'll put that up on there too. What's the symbol on that? Top 50 companies, moderate, China. I guess if I just type that in, right? I found it over here. Let's try that. Where do we type it in? China. Oh, that didn't work. Wrong keyboard. China. China. A50. A. There it is. Got it. So there is the nifty 50, or they're 50. Let's put the hinkies back on. There we are. Let's make it a monthly, just to take a look. But they're real desperate. Yeah, see, they're getting clocked. The all-time high is 20,000. Nah, oh, I guess it is 20,000. Is that the all-time high? That's back in 21. It doesn't go back that far, but that's all right. That's good enough. So it's off. What is that? That's 35%, something like that. Yeah, they're having issues with that. They're complaining about it too. Makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, now let me put it up on. I think I can get this up on my new platform. So let's go after that. What's that? Let me see if they have that too. Oh no, Shanghai. That's what it is. China Shanghai Index. Shizha. I like that. That's a good name. There it is, right there. Copy. Go there. Paste. Search. There we go. And that's interesting. It seems like they hide it. Why are we not seeing this? I thought. See if I can get. That's odd. Okay, CS 300 index. Let's try that. Copy. See if that'll do it. Paste. There we are. Now we got it. I think we got it. 000300.SS. That is the Shanghai index. Let's see if we can. Let me just go back a little bit and try that one more time. Paste. There's the China AMC CSI ETF. Let's see, Trust iShares, China AMC Index, ETF, China Southern. I guess we'll just go with that. That looks safe enough. Okay, let's try this. Okay, here we go. Now this is going to be entertaining enormously. Let's go there. Let's see. We're adding this now. Add. This is going to be really entertaining. What's the symbol on that? So it's. I can't wait to see this come up. 399,300.SZ. See. Now let's see if it comes up. Here we go. Whee! Okay, right there. Let's see. All right, now there it is. Let's see what happens. Aww. Aww. Let's just double check. There's AMD, but it won't give us that. No, it won't give it to us. All right, let's see if we can get that 50 that you have. Let's see, where's it at again? It is the. Let's see, where's it at? Let's see. CHIIDX. Yep. The three dots disappear when I tried to delete it. Isn't that weird? That crazy heart. Alright, so let's see if we can find this. So this is the China 50, A50. Let's see if we can find this. There it is. Cool. It's a footsie symbol. Oh, interesting. It's a footsie symbol. Okay, that it's a Hong Kong thing. All right, now we got it. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. Let's move this out of the way. I'm totally psyched to get this up on the screen. I'd love that, to be able to put my math to the Chinese market and compare it to copper every day. I think that would be really, really cool. Let's see. Let's see, add. Where is it at now? 2823 H. Okay, 28. 28. Where is it? 23. Dot. HK. Let's see how that goes. Alright, now let's go back. Go to home. Move it over to the screen. And this will be the same as on Ducascopy. Wait a minute, where'd you go? Why am I not seeing that? Oh, let's do this again. There it is. Yes, there we go. We got it. See, it was well worth waiting for. All right, there we go. What do we got there? We got they're hiding under the heart. I see, yeah. This chat. I hear you. All right, so there we are. There's that same index. And you can see it's went into a sell 3 days ago and it's trying to lift up. We'll see how well it does with that. And it's got the same thing going on. You can see it there. Where's that mouse at? Right there. See that same situation? See it go like that. All right, let's double check the while we're here. And there's the weekly. It's been in a weekly buy for 3 weeks. We'll check this out tomorrow. This is cool. And that's our new platform we're working on. And we're looking for beta testers so that we can get a better flavor of it all. So anybody who wants to be a beta tester, contact Robin or Janos, either one. They'll point you in the right direction. For free, beta testers for free. We need to bench test this puppy. Let it loose. Can't charge something until make sure it works for a while, right? All right, now we're going to look at platinum and then we're going to get out of here. There's platinum, and you can see it's dipping, but it's holding on to the weekly buy, so that's not too bad. So, all right, traders, we are out of here. We got to come up with a title for today too. I'm not even sure what to say about today. Basically, what are the markets doing? I guess the markets are pretty much sideways. They're not really going anywhere. Yeah, they're just kind of bouncing around. There's no real energy to the market. All right, traders, this is Doc. Everybody have a safe and smart weekend, and we will catch you on TGIM, which will be, thank goodness, it's Monday. All right. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Oh, that's the wrong one there. That's the NQs. How did I hit those? Let's see. Ta-ta for now, traders.